convicted felon? No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. We've had many conversations on this program about mail-order brides. We've had conversations about meeting people on the Internet. We've had conversations about people whose lives were broken up when a husband or a wife was sitting there at the computer late at night, early in the morning, whatever. And they find true lust, or maybe they think they found love or whatever, and suddenly they just go, that's it, I'm getting on a plane. I'm taking a train. I'm getting in the car. I'm going 3,000 miles, 2,000 miles, 5,000 miles away to be with somebody really hot, sexy, someone who loves me, whatever. Well, these are sad stories. They're sad stories. And they're sad for any number of reasons, not the least of which is that many times when you get there, you find the person isn't who you thought they were. They're not as sexy. They sent you a picture from 15 years ago. They're crazy. They're jealous. They're stalkers. They're dangerous. They are criminals. They used a fake name. They used a fake background. They're married, whatever. I'm sure the Naked City is full of stories of people who met somebody on the Internet and then left town. Left husbands, left wives, left boyfriends, left girlfriends, left jobs, left families, just left. Now I'm talking to you. Did you do this? Did you drop everything and move to be with somebody only to find out that that person was not who you thought they were? In any sense. You got there and found out that they were crazy, dangerous, drug addicts, scammers, Bonnie Lee Bakley. You know what I'm talking about. You got there and found out that person had 12 other people on a string on the Internet. Maybe others showed up. Maybe they called on the phone. You temporarily lost your mind because, you had your boxer shorts around your ankles, and, you make some really great decisions based on that. And then once you get there, it's like, it's almost too late to do anything about it, right? You quit your job, you left your family, you left your wife, you left your husband. You left everything that was important to you. You sold your house. You gave up a great apartment. And you get there, and the other person is a horror show. Your judgment was terrible. And now there you are in Seattle or Baltimore or Los Angeles or Portland or Dallas or wherever you are. You left some other part of America or some other country, maybe, to come be with somebody who is absolutely not what you thought they would be. Maybe you are there with them right now, and you're plotting ways to get out. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to escape. These are the stories I want to hear. Remember, you, not your friends, not the other person. You are the person who was online. You were in a chat room. You were on AOL. You got an instant message from somebody. You were on a website. You did Match.com, Snatch.com, you did JDate, JCupid, Adult Friend Finder, blah, 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 blah. And you found somebody on there and it just sounded like, right, you're sitting here, it's 3 a.m, and you're burning the midnight oil, typing away, a little one-handed typing. And you say to yourself, you know what, I need to move closer to this hot piece of ass. That's what I need in my life. My life is boring. I need more in my life. So you just dropped everything and everyone, and you headed out to one of these places to be with that person of your dreams on the Internet. And then you got there, It was not a dream. It was a nightmare. If that's you, call me now.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
What would you say to a man that did have a female friend?
I'd say you're a pussy.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Okay, it's Mark on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, you're the man.
I am indeed.
Well, here's the story of what happened. You know, I'm actually from San Diego. That's where I grew up, and I met this chick on America Online, and she traveled down to visit for, a few days, did that a couple times. We had this kind of a long-distance relationship going.
Did she bang you right away?
Oh, yeah, she did.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
So, anyway.
That's, by the way, those are the biggest horn dogs in the world on America Online. I'll tell you what.
Oh, jeez. You ain't kidding. So, anyways, I graduated from college, and I'm looking for a job, and managed to find one up in Seattle. And I'd been up there a couple times, and kind of enjoyed the area. It's kind of different from SoCal. And then, so I take the plunge. I move up here in '97, and I've been here ever since. And my relationship with a chick only lasted about 6 months, but man, that was the worst 6 months of my life.
Why was it the worst?
Well, I didn't really, when you're having this long-distance relationship, you can't really put your finger on a lot of things, when you're not seeing the person every day, but yet here I am coming home to her every day, and she's the only person in town that I know, and so it evolves into this.
Why would you move in with someone you don't know?
Well, I thought I knew enough about her to know that, she was at least sane enough and, fun enough to.
But
really,
everybody's got this fake intimacy on AOL. Whatever that chick was saying to you in an instant message, she was cutting and pasting it in 12 other IM boxes and sending it to all the other people.
Oh, I have no doubt. No, I'm sure you're right.
And then people think they've got this intimate relationship. Please.
Yeah. Well, lesson learned. I'll never do it again. God.
So did you get a job in Seattle and everything? I mean, what happened when you got there?
Well, like I said, I graduated from college in '97. Was working for a company at the time that was based in the Seattle area, and I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind moving up there. And so, anyways, I moved up here, and, the company I was with, I quit about 3 years ago, and I've got another job, and so I've been here ever since, but, my goal is to ultimately move back to San Diego, because, I know you say about the LA 10s, and the SoCal chicks in San Diego are the same way. They're as hot or even hotter than chicks in LA, and so I just can't wait to get back down there on a permanent basis, and be out at the beach, checking out the hotties again.
Now, are you living in your own place, or are you still with this chick?
Oh, no. I mean, the relationship ended about 6 months after I got here. I bought my own place not long after, and I've been here, I've kind of formed my own life here. I met some friends, and I've kind of done okay for myself here at the time. It's just, my longtime buddies and my family are all down in San Diego, and so, I gave up all that, for some chick, that I just met a few months earlier online, and after I got here, it only lasted about 6 months.
Wow.
Go figure.
Amazing story, Mark. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate the call. Christina on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I love your show, by the way.
As well you should, dear.
Where do I start? I was married. I was lonely. I got on the Internet. I met someone on the Internet and then took it to real life. Left my husband, had his baby, and I've never seen him since.
You left your husband?
Yes.
So where did you live?
No comment.
Well, just give me a state or something, will you?
Los Angeles.
You were living in Los Angeles?
Yes.
And you moved to some other place?
No, I did not move to this man.
What?
He begged me and pleaded with me.
So how did you run into him?
On the Internet.
No, but I mean, you met him in person. Where?
Well, he flew to me.
He flew to you in Los Angeles?
Yes.
And you met at a hotel, you had this big plan, it was going to be really hot, was that the deal?
Well, yeah, pretty much. We were gonna have a life together. We were gonna get out.
So before you ever met, you had planned on having a life together?
Yeah, is that insane or what?
Of course.
People just don't understand what they're getting into on the Internet. They really
So you also had that false sense of intimacy.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like what I'm creating with you right now. I'm acting like I care about your life story and
Exactly.
acting like we know each other. Reality, we'll never meet. And
never know.
I'll get out of here in 40 minutes, and I'll never think about you again, and you'll be telling people we spoke, but in reality, I won't care.
I won't tell anybody we spoke. You kidding me?
Oh, really?
This is my biggest shame.
So you had a husband, and let me guess, your husband wasn't even that bad, right?
He was what?
Your husband wasn't even that bad a guy, right?
No, he wasn't.
Maybe he worked a few too many hours or something, and you were bored.
No, not even that.
So what made you think to get online and start chatting with people?
You know, it was a world that opened up to me, and I was new at it, and I got caught up in the moment.
So you met a guy. Was it in a chat room?
Yep.
And was it what? Married but looking, married but flirting, married but seeking, married but... It's one of those?
Yeah, married but playing.
Married but playing, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you started chatting with this guy, and you were convinced that you were in love with him.
Yeah.
So he flew to L.A., and you met him at a hotel?
Yes.
And
I met him at the airport, and we went straight to the hotel.
Straight to a hotel.
So unimpressed with him, and then I convinced myself that he wasn't so bad.
Because you couldn't admit you made a mistake.
I made a huge mistake.
But you couldn't, and so you tried to convince yourself he wasn't that bad.
Exactly.
But he was that bad.
Oh, yeah.
Now, all right, so now when you went to meet him at the airport, had you left your husband, or did you just tell your husband you were going out to do the laundry or something?
Going out somewhere. You know what, Tom? My battery's going dead in a few minutes here.
Well, I'm going to try to get the juice out of you before I let you go, before your battery goes. So you met this guy at the airport. You took him to a hotel. He had sex with you. And then what happened?
Well, then I got pregnant, but I was still with my husband, and I hated myself, and I hated him. And then I found out that he was married, and his wife was pregnant, too.
Oh, boy. And did you have that baby?
No.
You had an abortion?
Yes.
Did your husband ever find out you were pregnant?
No.
Did he find out you had an affair?
Yes.
How did he find out?
The other guy's wife called.
Called you?
Yeah.
How did he get your home number? You gave it to him.
Yeah. It was stupid, Tom. It was the biggest mistake.
Like you didn't have a phone bill or something. Yeah.
It's not funny. It is so not funny. It's really, really awful.
So were you there when this call came in?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. And so did you know the jig was up?
Oh, yeah.
So you're just sitting there watching your husband have a conversation with the wife of the guy who knocked you up.
Yeah, well, I wasn't pregnant at the time. I already had the abortion.
Right. But he did knock you up.
Yeah.
And did the wife know that you had been knocked up?
No.
Oh, boy.
No, she had no clue.
And so what did she tell?
And her and I became friends.
Oh, boy.
Phone friends after this.
Oh, boy. What'd she tell your husband?
Well, she told him that, your wife is having an affair with my husband, and, I wasn't going to deny it. I just told him.
How did he react to that?
He cried. He was very upset and didn't understand, and very sad situation.
And so what ended up happening?
I'm sorry?
What ended up happening?
Well, I left my husband, which I had wanted to do anyway. Even though he wasn't a bad guy, he was still just not somebody I was in love with. Continued to see this man. Why, I have no clue.
After his wife called your husband, you continued to see him?
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy, okay. So he kept flying to L.A. What was he telling his wife now, that he was flying to L.A. to see you, or what?
No. God knows what he was telling his wife, but apparently she told me everything afterwards. He was telling her all kinds of stories, and and then I got pregnant again.
Oh, no. by him?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's called the pill. Look into it.
Well, I can't do anything. I can't have any more now, but, a little...
Did you have that? Did you have that baby?
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
So your kid is the son of this guy from some other city that you met online.
My kid is the daughter of a sperm donor.
What?
He is he's nothing to her. He's nothing to her. He's nothing to me any longer.
But don't you look into her face, you see his face.
No, I see my face, thank God.
Oh, boy. Holy
She's the love of my life now, though.
Uh-huh.
And I don't regret having her. I regret the circumstances, but I don't regret her.
Does she want to meet her father?
No.
Does she know anything about this?
No.
How old is she?
She never will. I'm hoping to be able to tell her he died. Isn't that awful?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's crazy how you can get caught.
Of course, you'll tell her he died, and then out of the blue, his wife or he will call you again.
I know. I don't know what I'm going to tell her. She's not old enough to tell her anything.
Right.
So you never know. Maybe I'll get lucky.
Do you still have AOL?
Heck no. I haven't chatted since back then.
Oh,
no.
boy.
No. It's crazy. It's crazy, Tom, the world that you can get caught up in.
Wow. You just, threw caution to the wind. Hang on a second. Alex, what do you want to say to Christina?
I just have to say, Christina, you're, whacked, and you got to be, the biggest whore ever, and your kid is going to be seriously messed up. I can't believe how messed up you are. You're, laughing at this, and it's just really sad. I just, lose faith in humanity every time I hear about, whores like you.
Well, I appreciate your opinion.
Well, I mean, you're going to tell your daughter that, or your son, or whatever it is, that the sperm donor is dead, and it's like you don't feel any shame. You're just laughing about it.
Did you listen to the call at all, Alice?
I did. You said, my husband is a good guy, but then you're laughing about it. It's like...
I guess that's a nervous laughter, you know?
A nervous laughter. Tom, I can't believe this, Tom. It's just... You talk about this every time, and it's just poor guys that, this poor bastard was just working, and his, wife was being this internet dude, and it's just ridiculous, Tom. I listen to your show all the time, and I can't believe it, and just to actually talk to somebody, it's just astounding.
Well, as I always say, if you look at TV, men are dogs, men screw around, men are the worst. But then when women do it, it's because, I was in love, or I'm glad I did it. There's no remorse at all.
Yeah, no kidding, Tom. And I just gotta say, you know what? I'm sorry. I know I don't know you or anything, Christine, and it's a sad situation, I guess. But you're just a dumb whore. So, Tom, hey, take me out old school style, sir.
All right, here you go. Oh, boy. 1-800-5800 is our telephone number. More of your telephone calls are coming up.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles, 1-800-5800-TOM. There you are. You have a life. You have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife, kids, family, job, whatever. And you got into that chatting thing online and you ended up moving. Just left town to be with somebody that was nothing more than a box on your screen. And then you got there and it was your worst nightmare. Maybe you're there right now. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Mitch on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
Hi, Mitch.
Well, I had every intention in the world of moving, but back in 96, I was having some problems with my wife. And one night I went out drinking, and instead of going back home, I went over to my mother's house, who, had the internet and AOL, and, I take a look at the thing, and I go on there, and I just start clicking around and end up in one of these regular old chat rooms, nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
Before I know it, this girl starts talking to me, and I'm getting real interested in it, and, before too long, I was, talking to her for probably 4 hours or so that night. Then the next day, I never thought anything of it. I just decided I'd go back on there, and there she was again. And this went on for about 2 weeks until she finally was like, why don't you call me? So I'm still married, and, the wedding, the marriage wasn't all that great, but, so I started getting interested in it, talking to her on the phone, and finally, I told my wife, I'm like, this is over, and I just want to go on and try something else. I think we need to break up for a little while. So I got a flight out to California. The girl sent me pictures while we were online, good-looking pictures. I mean, she looked great.
Naked pictures?
No naked pictures, but...
Bikini shots?
No bikini shots.
Really? Okay.
I kept asking her, I'd say, how much do you weigh? She never answered me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, but, I mean, from the picture, it looked
That's a red flag with your boxer shorts around your ankles. You can't really think straight.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got off the plane, and I'm looking around the airport, and I'm thinking, like, where is this girl? And I see this big, fat heifer sitting over here in the corner smiling at me. And I'm like, oh, my God. So, the first thing, I walk up, she's hugging me and welcoming me, and, my first instinct is like, what the hell am I doing? What did I just do? And, I was supposed to stay out there for 2 weeks, and then, I got a nice little tour of California, and then...
And you looked at your watch and said, oh, my God, look at the time.
Yeah, and, basically about 4 days later, I think I stayed pretty much drunk the whole time I was there.
Did you do her?
No.
No. Did she try?
What? No.
No?
No, I didn't want to touch it, I swear to God.
But she didn't even offer it to you?
She was kind of leaning that way, but I wasn't feeding into it at all.
Look out, she's leaning. She might fall. Right on you there, baby.
But, so... Did
you sleep in the same bed?
The first day when I got there, yes.
Oh, boy.
But I was...
Were you hoping you could get aroused enough to do something?
Probably
yeah.
In the back of my mind, I'm saying I'm sure that, if it would have came up, I probably would have did it in the condition I was in.
Right.
But, so about 4 days later, I got out of there. But the experiences, then after that, I pretty much, the thing with the wife was over. We ended up separated and divorced. And then I'd go back onto the computer. But anytime I ever went back on there, the first thing I would do is ask them. I'd say, how much do you weigh? If they wouldn't answer you, right off the bat that they're fat.
That's right.
Something that you're not interested in.
Well, my years of experience in radio, I could have told you that.
Oh, yeah, you hit them hard. Just say, what do you weigh? And then the girls, a good-looking girl's going to tell you.
That's right.
And I'm serious. I've gone out with lots of good-looking girls that I've met online.
Hot chicks have nothing to hide.
No, that's the truth. If you're looking for it, there's nothing wrong with doing it. I don't see anything wrong with doing it. It's a lot easier than going out to a bar.
Well, it really isn't. You flew all the way to California from Baltimore. How easy was that?
That wasn't easy.
Then you spent 4 days with some big fat hog hoping she wouldn't touch you. If that's easier than going to a bar, I don't think so.
That was just the first experience. But I think I learned my lesson from that one.
Well, I hope you did, Mitch. God. 1-800-5800-TOM. Jenna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Jenna.
How are you?
Do you care?
Of course I do.
I'm doing great.
My story's a little bit different than some of the other callers. I met my ex when I was 16. I was in a chat room on AOL, just bored, chatting in I don't even remember what the subject was, but he invited me into a private chat room. We talked, and then we kept in touch for 2 years.
Right.
We talked via email and phone and everything, and then I finally met him in person. I was living in Olympia, Washington at the time, and I was in California visiting some family, and we met in person, and we both thought it was love at, first sight instantly. We were inseparable for the rest of the time I was down visiting. And then I went back home, and then a month later, I just everything and moved to California to be with him. I had a scholarship to Washington State University. I had a good job. But, we both thought that we were in love and everything. Mm-hmm. And it just ended up being the biggest mistake of my life. And all I can say is, for your listeners, don't don't think what, seems so real is, because it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what you think is perfect. It's so jaded. You don't even know who you're talking to, and even if you meet this person and then you think that you want to be with them, you give up everything you have to, go be with them. It's not real, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah. And
these fake fairy tales that you have, that you see like on Jenny Jones and Oprah and everything about how people meet their soulmates online and everything, it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, well, the fact is, the very same people, the very same big fat hogs who sit on their ass all day watching Jenny Jones or whatever shows are on now. Jenny's gone now, I guess.
Yeah, well...
those shows during the day.
Yeah.
The very same fat asses, they're the same ones who sit online for hours and hours and have names like Cuddles69 and...
yeah.
Big Curves, 1, 2, 3, and things like that,
Yeah.
The same big fat asses who are online cruising for a bruising.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That wasn't really the case with me. I was just bored one night online, and I started talking to this guy and thought everything was perfect, but it wasn't. And now I am sitting here in California now. No family. Just making friends that I meet at work.
And did your family get pissed at you for leaving and everything? Yeah,
and after a while it became to the point that, with my family and friends, I was too ashamed to go home, Mm-hmm. I told everyone I was so sure that, this was it. We had plans to get married and everything, and, I had myself so convinced that this is what I wanted. I wasn't going back. I ended up staying in a miserable relationship for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to warn your listeners that, it's not what you think it is. It's fake. All these stories, they have different punchlines and, different scenarios, but it basically comes down to the same thing. It doesn't work out.
I think you're right about that, Jenna.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
I think women understand how important fellatio is to most men. I don't think they get it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Yes, it's the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's the deal. And there you are. You moved to some other city because you were online and you thought, oh, my God, it's true love. Paul on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how's it going?
Pretty damn good, Paul.
I got a story for you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a chat room. Then I was just newly divorced, looking for love. Met this girl in California. I'm in Maryland.
Right.
And talked to her every night from the day I met her online. Started talking to her on the phone. Phone bills, ran up phone bills.
Now, were you married at the time or living with anybody?
No, I was just divorced.
You were just divorced and all by yourself, feeling sorry for yourself.
All alone, just me and the computer.
Hey, come home at night, pop open a cold one, log on.
You got it.
Uh-huh.
So, talked to her every night for probably 2-3 months. I had some vacation time coming.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't had a good vacation in a while, so bought a plane ticket, flew out to California, Northern California. Spent 8 days with her. She was gorgeous redhead. Hot. Best sex of my life. She wanted me to move out there. I wanted to move out there. I called my boss from California and told him I was
I quit. I quit.
Yeah, man.
I'm done.
Made plans to move out there, quit my job, packed up my Honda and drove 3,000 miles in 3 days. I was there 6 days, Tom, and she left me a letter on the couch in her place that said she wasn't ready for this and that I should pack up and go back to Maryland. So I drove all the way back another 3,000 miles. No job, no money, credit cards racked up from the trip. I had a classic Volkswagen I had restored that I paid to ship out there. Had to ship it back.
Did you try calling your boss back and come crawling back?
Yeah, they filled the position before I left.
Oh, boy.
But I did end up getting a better job with the same company about 6 or 8 months later.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, boy. But, do you still chat online now?
No. No, never. I met a nice girl locally, married her, got a baby on the way. Everything's cool.
Very good.
But I'll tell you what, it was a learning experience.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that. Deanna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Deanna.
I moved to the United States from Italy. I met my...
Italy?
Yes.
So, what, you were chatting on America Online or somewhere?
Well, no, I came to the United States because I was just traveling. And I met my husband. We spent 7 days together. And then for about a year and a half, I moved back to Italy, and we kept emailing each other. The problem is that then I moved here, we got married, we had a baby, and his behavior was really weird until he tried to kill me.
He tried to kill you?
Yes. Well, he was acting really weirdly.
This is the father of your child, tried to kill you.
Yes, he was doing drugs. He hallucinated. So he was thinking there were people home, you know, things that happen when people do drugs, I guess. And so right now I'm just desperately trying to get a divorce and the right paperwork to move back to Italy safely with my son. But I'm not asking for child support.
Wow. But now when you look into your son's face, do you see your delusional, drug-induced husband?
No, I have a restraining order against him, so right now he's far away.
No, I mean, does your son look like his father?
Oh, no, well, no, my son is just fine. He's just 2, but my husband's hallucinations were due to the fact that he was doing drugs, so, and he also had, evidently, some chemical imbalance in his brain, I guess.
Well, how does he feel about you leaving? He'll probably try to kill you again now, right?
Well, he tried to kill himself. You know, I don't know exactly what he's trying to do. He knows that, you know, we're getting a divorce.
How was he in bed, by the way?
Say again?
How was he in bed?
He was African-American.
He was African-American?
He is.
Does that mean he was good in bed?
Well, I guess, yes.
Really?
Well, yeah.
I'm just checking. Usually when people are loony, they're great in the sack.
Well, he was very, 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 very active, and I had trouble telling him, you know, calm down. Sometimes I'm tired, but besides that,
He wore you out. He banged you so much.
Well, yes.
So then he had to take drugs, just because he wasn't getting enough sex.
Well, he says that it was my fault, but trust me, it wasn't my fault.
No.
You know, I'm a good wife and stuff, but he was just, you know, life was really stressful for him, and sometimes people very stressed, you know, they don't know.
Trying to procure crack can really put some stress on you.
I'm sorry?
Was he a crack smoker?
Methamphetamine.
Oh, boy, well, same difference.
I know. And the thing is, I didn't even know this. I mean, I know that his behavior was weird, but I actually thought that he just had, you know, a beautiful mind.
Where is he now?
He's in Northern California. I'm in Southern California.
Does he try to call you or kill you or anything?
Yes.
He does.
He calls me all the time. And I don't feel like... When he calls me, I try and be there with him. I mean, I try to tell him, you know, get away from drugs and try to get your life straight. Get a job, you know, because he just lost. He always keeps losing jobs. And I'm really sorry for him.
Does he know you're trying to leave the country with his son?
Yes, he knows.
And he's okay with it?
He's okay. I mean, he's not the fatherly person. I mean, he's still in love with me and stuff, but... I told him there is really nothing you can do about it. I mean, I have a restraining order. I already had the full custody of my son, but I don't have the divorce yet.
Hang on a second, Deanna. Mike, what did you want to say to Deanna here?
Hey, your husband's not on crack. Your eyes are on crack. Open them up and cook some steak.
You're absolutely right.
Hey, put me on a steak there,
you're absolutely right.
My guy, appreciate those racist sentiments. Unfortunately, you're wrong. Deanna is not Chinese. She's Italian.
You know, I should have been more aware of the fact that weird behavior equals there's something wrong.
Yes, but you were in love.
The thing is, I really...
You've never been with a black man before, and you wanted to know what it was like.
No,
Come on.
That's not the point.
Come on.
No, I like to experiment new things.
Oh, yeah. Well, you sure got some new things there.
Absolutely. In fact, I'm moving back to Italy because I've had enough in any way.
Really?
Well.
All right, well, Deanna, it's been a fascinating story. Thank you.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Well, you guys are perverted.
You think so? You like it, too. You're probably moist right now just thinking about it.
Oh, I don't think so. Not at all.
Really? Erect nipples. I'll bet you.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Call our comment line. The number is area code 310-842-9592. 24 hours a day. Call 310-842-9592.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Write us, The Tom Leykis Show. Post Office Box 4455, Hollywood, California, 90078. Email us. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Tom at blowmeuptom.com. We'll call our comment line. The number is 310-842-9592. From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.